PowerPoint, about 6 screens of mostly pictures, because that's really what Design Your Gift is all about, beautiful beads and jewelry. So let me do that. And let's see. And let me do the slideshow. How do you do that? There we go. Slideshow from the beginning. Okay, so my business is Design Your Gift, and I've been in business for 10 years. I moved here from St. Louis. I actually ran it out of my condo there and my family room downstairs. When I got here, my husband said he would divorce me if I brought all the beads here into this condo. So I had to go get a store. And it's not your typical bead store. If you've been in a bead store, there's usually long strands of beads on the wall. I didn't want to do that because many women don't want to buy those long strands. And people who want to make some pretty things don't want to have wasted long strands of beads. So I cut up the beads, put them in boxes, and you only buy what you need. And also, it's just been a fun party place. I have beads from all over the world. Whenever we go away, I have beads from Paris, from Buenos Aires, Bordeaux, Murano, Philippines, Mumbai, St. Petersburg, and more. Johnny lets me go to one bead store whenever we go to some place, some city. So I'm having bead store withdrawal right now because we're not going anywhere, of course. Over the years, I've attended 5 lamp working bead camps. Lamp working is the word for making original glass beads. So now I have tons of original glass beads, and I do custom orders for them, and people can buy loose beads. And if anyone wants to know, it takes 10 to 30 minutes to make a bead. So it takes a bit of time. I turned 70 exactly a month from now. The lease is up September 30th. And so I just decided I'm going to go the virtual route. So going forward after September 30th, if you want beads or gifts, you can either create online because we can use Zoom. You got to go to my website, or you got to go to my Facebook page, or I've just learned Instagram. Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? So now I have Design Your Gift by Sam on Instagram because someone else owned the other one. So I'll be closing on September 30th when the lease is up, but I'll have lots of inventory sales over the summer. So for gifts, graduations, and birthdays, here's a whole bunch of pretty necklaces that I have created. I got to get this out of the way so I can talk to them. And I've used wonderful Design Your Gift. These are my own at the bottom. But then I use tons of beads that I've bought over the years. Furnace glass is absolutely gorgeous. If you've never done anything with furnace glass, it's something fun to think about. And I have hundreds of those beads still. So we can talk about making something. Another, graduations are coming, and even though people aren't having ceremonies, they still need a present, right? So you can get graduation gifts, birthday gifts, and even wedding gifts. We were in Murano, Italy. I brought back tons of beads. Here are some of the beautiful, unique, original beads. Nobody else will have them. I only brought one of each set. And then down here is more furnace glass. You can see it a little further up close. Isn't that pretty? I think furnace glass is so pretty. And then here's just a few other beads that I've made into earrings. More for graduates and brides. These heart beads I made myself. I love making hearts, and so that's a fun thing for a bride or a graduate. In the middle is original sandblack beads, and these are beautiful lavender beads with speckles on it. You can't see that close. These are wave beads that I made. They're my own original. And I was in Santa Fe a couple of years ago and saw this really fun, bright necklace and said, I can do that. So here's my version of a very whimsical, bright necklace. Another Murano bead. It's the only one. Unique. And then Tagua is a nut that's from the Amazon, and it's beautiful and colorful, fun for summer to wear on white. I should have worn one of them today. But I have tons of Tagua nuts, and then this opal silver. This is a pretty thing for a bride or a bridesmaid. As I mentioned, I have lots of loose beads. This whole page are my own original loose beads that I make. Any bead you ever see on my website, you can say, Sam, will you make me 10 of those, or will you put some in a necklace? I can do any custom order you want. I'm not closing my bead making studio, which is an unair conditioned garage on Old 41. And I go on the mornings when it's not too hot. And I guess I still got it because I wear short shorts and a tank top, and the men that work in the yard still whistle. So I guess I still have it. But I'm going to keep my bead making studio, which is a propane tank and oxygen with a flame. So it's kind of hot, and then a kiln. But any one of these beads, any others that you see, if you want to say, oh, my girlfriend loves pink, can you make her a pink bracelet and earring set? Together we'll design it, and I'll go over to my studio and I'll make them. I have over 600 items made, plus I have 40,000 loose beads, and I want to sell a lot of them before I close on September 30th, although I have rented a storage facility and will continue to sell on the website even after September 30th. This picture is some fun things I've been playing. I take tutorials all the time. So one woman was teaching us how to make these seashells. I think it came out pretty good. Don't you think they look like a real shell from the beach? And I love the little smiley face guys. Those would be fun to put on a jump ring and make a little bracelet for a little girl for a gift for a birthday. They are glass, but they're annealed. They're in the kiln, so they won't break unless she stomps them on a concrete floor. And then I just learned last week how to make these dogwoods. Aren't they pretty? So I was thinking of making like 10 dogwoods and putting them on a necklace. We'll see. So I did reopen. The store's open, limited hours. I'm very strict. Only 3 in the store at a time. You have to wear a face mask. I have a bunch that I can share if someone doesn't have it. And hand sanitizer at the door. People have been coming, thankfully. They've been coming back a little bit. But again, the internet, website, Facebook, that's a great way to connect with me and buy things without having to come into the store. I'm not really having people come into the store and design anymore because it's hard to stay 6 feet apart, right, guys? But I did have one person, we both wore masks, and she had her mother's necklace that had broken, and she really wanted to repurpose it. And so we did it together. We kind of stayed apart, both wearing masks. The hours are Wednesday through Friday, 1 to 5, and Saturday, 10 to 3. So you can come and shop if you want to. And if you don't, and you want to stay distant, I've got 3 different ways of doing it now. And that's it. How'd I do?
Awesome.
Thank you very much, Sam. Hang on, I got